A fence is no good when it's laying on the ground, right?
No good. A woman who lives just south of St. George said that's what happened to her newly built fence. And when the company wouldn't respond to her calls to fix it, she called KSL consumer investigator Matt Gephardt.
This is my fence.
Vicky Hug has a beautiful new fence at her home in Littlefield, Arizona. If only it was standing up nice and straight, you know, like a fence is supposed to.
The only thing holding it up is the neighbor's stuff.
It was standing by itself when handyman Handy Manny Property Services installed it last spring.
I paid Handy Manny $4,900.
But 4 months later,
I just came out in the yard one day and my fence was just down.
Vicky thinks she knows why.
They were supposed to put it down in 2 to 3 feet.
She says the posts were not buried nearly deep enough to bear the weight of the fence.
Now somebody's got to come in and re-dig holes, and I got to buy new poles.
But when Vicky says she tries to call Handy Manny,
they won't return my calls and they won't answer the phone, and they just act like I don't exist.
So this time Vicky decided it was time to give me a call. You ask. KSL Investigates. We checked, and Handy Manny has just one bad review since he started business back in 2019, and that's Vicky's fence. So this time the KSL Investigators reached out to Handy Manny on Vicky's behalf, and he picked right up for us. He told us this is all a weather issue. The buckets and buckets of rain that Vicky's area saw this summer, combined with a different soil type, means indeed they should have dug those post holes deeper than fences they've built in the past. And just like that, the very next day, Handy Manny came to Vicky's house and reinstalled her fence, this time burying the posts much deeper.
That was Matt Gephardt reporting there. He says when building a fence, posts need to be buried from 1/3 to 1/2 the total height of the post. That way, of course, it holds up in the wind and the rain.
If you have an issue with a company or an agency you can't get resolved, let Matt take a crack at it. Email him at matt@ksl.com.